as the music plays. And let me welcome you to my sports reports from the home studio in Middletown, Delaware. I am Marshal Manlove, and this is a special interview segment with a young athlete who reached a statistical milestone of importance recently, and her coach. And hopefully when I press this button, they will appear on the screen. Yes, it works. It's always good when it works. To the left of the screen is Darryl Marshall, head coach of Florida State University School's women's basketball program. I'm actually going to pop up your logo. Hopefully that works too. Up here. Oh, turned off mine. Mr. Marshall, welcome. I had to invite you just because of your last name. You realize that.
No,
Right?
when I saw that, I said, yeah, this got to be a good man here. We're definitely doing this.
And one of your star players, Tonie Morgan. Welcome, Tonie.
Thank you.
And I reached out to you because I found out that you just recently scored your 200th career point, and congratulations, 2000th career point, sorry, 200 you did like in a couple games in your freshman year. 2000th career point, congratulations to you for that milestone. So tell me something about yourself there, Tonie. How old are you? What grade are you in? What position you play?
I'm 17. I'm a senior, and I play point guard. Or for this team, I play in any position. I'm from Tallahassee, Florida. I'm committed, so I'm signed to Georgia Tech, and yeah.
To Georgia Tech, you said? Oh, congratulations. That was good. You answered one of my questions. Now I got to come up with a new one. Okay, that's all right. So talk about the game where you scored your 2000th point first. What do you remember of that day, going in, during the middle of it, after it happened? Tell us about that day.
Like today,
About that day where you scored your 2000th point.
woke up, had breakfast, went to class. I knew I was close, but I didn't know I was this close to reaching 2,000. So when I got to the game, I'm not gonna lie, a few people came up to me and was like, "You only got 18 more points. You only got 18 more points." I was like, "For real?" Because it was supposed to be like a secret or something. But I was like, "For real?" But when I went to the game, the focus wasn't to score really. It was like to get that naturally, not to try and force it. So it happened in the second half. The game had stopped. I didn't know I made it actually. So I was like, why we stopped it? Because the rest of the will stop. I thought somebody got tech. So then they're like, one of the announcers was everybody stand up. Congratulations to Tonie Morgan for 2000 point. And I just know the whole team went crazy. Everybody went crazy. Felt good. It was a good moment. Everybody was happy. Felt good.
Excellent. Hopefully you won the game that day?
Yes, we did.
All right, good. So, Mr. Marshall, thanks for bringing Tonie here, and thanks for stopping by yourself. Tell us a little bit about Tonie.
Man, Tonie is a great kid overall. Great personality. Just a humble kid. You know, that's the most glaring thing about her is how humble she is, how down to earth she is in her position. So she's a kid that my daughters love her, and I'm glad that my daughters, chose her to look up to. And I think, all kids should as well. But that's just the type of kid she is. She's nice. She give the jacket off her back if you need it. Her teammates love her. She doesn't have, I can't say that because you piss her off enough. She'll reach it, but she doesn't have a mean bone in her body to me. She's just an all-around great kid. On the basketball court, she's the hardest worker. You hear the stories about, how the great players are always first in sprints and, first in the gym, last to leave. That's literally her every night. So, she's just a great kid on and off the court.
Well said. And how long have you been coaching the Seminoles there, Mr. Marshall?
This is my 7th year as head coach, um, but I've 2 years prior as assistant girls coach, so this is a total of 9 years on the girls side. 9 years.
Okay. And I see that you're, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm just going with what I'm able to find here. It looks like you're on a 7-game winning streak to close out the regular season.
6 game winning streak to close out the regular season. We just won our district semifinal game last night to push that win to 7.
Okay.
We're in our district tournament now, which is for other viewers thinking about college, it's their conference tournament. So
okay. All right. So I know you have another playoff game tomorrow. That's what I saw there. And what do you know about this team that you're going to play tomorrow?
Scrappy team from Walton County, the Funiac Springs to be exact. They're coming down, with a lot of confidence, with some great fan support. It's the kids that work hard. That we're not going to take them lightly. I think it should be a very competitive game.
So, Tonie, how do you get yourself prepared for a basketball game on a given day?
Usually I start out by rolling out on the roller. Then I stretch, do some agilities. Then I do ball handling in the weight room. And then we go out, do the team stuff, and we start the game.
So successful programs have a certain culture with which people from outside the teams or the schools don't really understand. It's part of it is part of the success because you do things together. You have traditions, certain cultures, rituals, anything like that. What might be something that you would share with us, Tonie, about your team that along those lines?
This year we started a new tradition of a pregame walk from one of the classrooms to the gyms where we have a team talk before everybody, or usually Coach Marshall speaks, and then whoever wants to speak can speak next. Then we walk down together, just walk together, and we walk in the gym as a unit, and we walk in the weight room and we start pregame.
Now, did you and your teammates have a special place where you go to eat either before or after a game or something like that?
Yeah, it's actually in this room. This is where we do pregame.
And is your playoff game a home game tomorrow by chance?
Yes, sir.
Yes? So if somebody was to go watch your home game tomorrow and they wanted to go get something to eat before or after the game, where would you recommend that they go?
The concession stand. It's when you first walk in. It's in the lobby to the left.
Okay.
It's all about raising money too.
That's true, right? I've heard that answer a couple times. People are very proud of their home team concession stands. That's fantastic. All right, well, that's good to know, right? Because sometimes finding a good place to eat can be tough, especially if you're from out of town. So, Tonie, you've worked with your coach there for all your years at your high school. Tell me something about him and what does he mean to you?
Because Marshall, he means a lot to me, what can I So Coach Marshall, he's gone very hard on me. He sees the position on all of us, so he's very hard on us. But he's also a big baby, he's a big teddy bear. So he knows his limits, but he's a really good coach. He knows how to coach young women and mold them into be women outside of basketball. And he's very important to me because before I even committed Georgia Tech, I wanted to make sure that he talked to Coach Nell first. And that was really big to me. So he's a really important person in my life.
That's awesome. That was an interesting comment you made that where you said he knows how to coach young women. And Coach, it's different these days to do that than it was maybe 10, 15, 20 years or so. What are some of the challenges that you have to overcome coaching young women these days?
Ooh, I don't think we have enough time, but it is a challenge. But it's just about adjusting. and not staying in your ways of how you grew up, or how your parents probably raised you, or how your coach probably coached you. These are different times, and you have to adjust. Any coach has to adjust. You still have the principles, but as far as how you're communicating those same principles and how you go about getting across to the girls, basically, um, sometimes that has to change. I was very fortunate to work under who's now our athletic director, Anthony Robinson. He was the girls coach while I was assistant coach for 2 years here, and he just gave me a lot. He trained me to be a head coach when I was his assistant, and he communicated the love that those girls had for him. Was something that I wanted when I got in the position, and just to hear what Tonie, just mentioned, that's the impression that I want to leave, and how I want to coach and bring up these young ladies. So you just have to adjust with the time. There's no specific way to do it. You just got to be humble enough and accepting enough to know that there are some things that you can't do and some things that you can't.
Well said. Tonie, why Georgia Tech for you?
I love the coaching staff and I love the team when I went on my visit. It's a great program and the school is nothing short of that either. So, and Atlanta's a great city, and my family also was comfortable with me being there for 4 years. So I thought it was the perfect place to be at.
And do you have a major in mind that you're going to study?
At the moment, I'm just going to go with business administration.
Hey, that's a good one for sure. And you don't score your points all by yourself. You have some teammates there. Do you want to give some credit to any of your teammates?
Oh, yes, of course. My teammates are great. You can ask anybody. I love passing them the ball. Some might say too much, but I know I can count them and make plays. You got Adia, you got Chrissy, you got Kiani, you got Taylor, you got Renai. I mean, I can go down the whole list. You got Mikey, you got the whole team.
Well said. So it looks like you're averaging about 20 points a game, puts you in, I guess, like the top 30 or so in scoring in Florida. That's fantastic. And it looks like your game is well rounded. Coach? What's the career total now, roughly? She passed 2,000. Where's she at?
Roughly 2030.
Okay.
Yeah, so from the remaining points that she had that game last Friday night, and the 12 she had tonight, so about 230, 2000.
So this tournament that you're in now is the conference tournament. You're in Class 3A there. And we have 6 classes in Florida, is it?
Sir?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's about a mid-range school population-wise. And then if you advance, what's the next step for you?
So you advance, you go to the regionals. It's a 3-game regional, quarterfinal, semifinal, final. And we win the district championship tomorrow. We'll be able to host all 3 games. Now regionals is win or go home. And then from the 3 regional games, you go into your final 4, which is the state playoffs, state tournament, should I say, held in Lakeland, Florida.
Okay, wow, that's exciting. Let me ask this. It's related, but just want to see how Florida works. Do you then have like a tournament of champions where you have the 6 state champions play against each other, or no?
No, we wish. No, but that's a conversation that's been going on for a while. How things are different here in Florida than it is with Georgia, to say the least. So no, but right now it's just you win your state championship, you get to celebrate for a year, unless you're one of those high-ranked national teams like Lake Highland Prep, that has a chance, like they did last year, to go play for a national championship. I'm sorry.
Gotcha. Awesome. All right. Well, what am I leaving out here? If I'm missing anything, is there a question I should ask that I haven't off the top of my head? Feel free to let me know.
That is the thing. No, as of right now, no, sir. I mean, she's been a part of this program since her sixth grade year. She led us to her seventh grade year. She led us to the state championship runner-up as a seventh grader. First year on varsity. So she's been doing this for a while.
So that is a good thing that we just found out. So you're a 6-year varsity player? Did I just hear that correctly? Wow, that's fantastic. That's awesome. You're able to do that. Yeah, it's interesting to talk to people all around the country and see how everything is done differently. Here in Delaware, we just have one, for basketball anyway, we just have one division because there's only like 5 schools in the whole state or something like that. But let me ask you this one question here, Tonie, basketball related but kind of strange. What rule would you change in high school basketball if you could?
Oh, definitely a shot clock. I put a shot clock for all tournaments, all games.
Okay. How about you, Coach? What would you change?
The same here. The shot clock. We did go to Georgia this year where they changed their their team foul rules to match the college. So at the end of each quarter, the team fouls are reset to 0.
Oh, okay.
And then you go to a 1-and-1 situation. I want to say on your 14 foul. So I did like that. That was great. But the foul situation, and most definitely in the state of Florida, we need a shot clock. We need that. So if you have anyone listening, please, please let's call our reps here in Florida and the national federation, and let's get a shot clock here in the state of Florida.
In Delaware, we don't have one either. Yeah.
Oh.
Across the line in Maryland, you do, but yeah, not here in Delaware. What was that? Something escaped me there. Rats. I'll think about it when we hang up, I'm sure. What was it? Oh, you know what it was? I asked that question once, and this girl, it was a team. She goes, "Full contact." I'm like, whoa. That's called football, I think, right? Right. But it was kind of interesting thought, though. A full contact basketball. Yeah. I reffed basketball for a little while, and just got injured. One of the changes was the hand check rule that really kind of messed things up there. How are you adjusting with that one?
Honestly, I don't foul that much. You ask me, but hand check rule, when people hand check me, is aggravating. But I get over it.
From a coach point of view, I mean it's hard to coach because it is a contact sport, and that call is not consistent wherever you play at. So that's just rough for us. But hey, once again, it's about adjustments.
Yeah, it's tricky because it's subjective, right? Like what constitutes a hand check? It's very, very tough. Yeah, understood. Yeah, they should get rid of that. Just go full contact, right?
I agree with it. Let's go full. Do away with the fouls. Let's go full contact.
Yep, helmets and everything.
Right.
All right. Well, I am so glad that you two were able to join me here for a little while and get a little bit of an extended look into your career milestone there. Tonie Morgan, I wish you the best of success with the rest of your tournament here. Hope you go all the way and continued success at Georgia Tech. Coach Marshall, I wish the same for you too, my new friend. And I will follow your progress. And hey, look, if you win state championship, maybe I'll have you back with some more of your teammates there too, okay?
Plan for it.
All right. Well, hang tight there. I'm going to say a couple things before I close out here, your mics will be live, so just remember that. And wave goodbye to your number one fan, Joey V, who's waving to you. You can't see him, but believe me, he is waving to you there. And our number two fan, that would be my wife, Dawn.
Hi, Ms. Dawn.
All right. Thanks again. I'll talk to you here in a moment. All right. Good group there. I wish them a lot of success. That was head coach Darryl Marshall and one of his top players, Tonie Morgan, who recently scored her 2,000th career point. And they are in the middle of their playoffs. They are from Florida State University School. Ladies and gentlemen, this show is brought to you by me, Marshal Manlove, stage hypnotist. If you would like a funny show, an interesting show, one that you will remember for quite a long time, just visit marshalmanlove.com for all the information about that you would need to know. And if it's not already plainly obvious, ladies and gentlemen, I am Marshal Manlove. Now, I'm gone. Have a great day.